Hey everybody, let's talk about the importance of functional strength. Effectively, functional strength is strength that you would use in daily life. Think about things like climbing the stairs, sitting down, standing up, picking up heavy shopping bags, things like that, okay? As we get older, we get more prone to injury, and also our ability or a protein synthesis slows down, the ability to be able to mend our body and fix our body. So by exercising regularly, using resistance training or weight training, we can help to develop functional strength or the ability to move through a greater range of motion with a heavier resistance, okay? Like heavy shopping bags, for example. It is so important that you are doing functional strength or you are doing exercises that are functional strength based. What is functional strength based exercises? Things like compound exercises, squats, deadlift, bench press, shoulder press, things that are, imagine you're picking up a heavy box and you're trying to put it on a top shelf, okay? Or a heavy box is coming down off the top shelf and the weight suddenly comes down. If you've been doing regular shoulder pressing, then you're going to keep that core strength, that upper chest strength, that shoulder strength, tricep, bicep, everything's going to be there in case you need to secure that weight. So I want you to consider your workouts, not just thinking about a few bicep curls, but actually thinking about movements that are functional. And when you do those functional movements, like a squat or a deadlift, like picking up heavy shopping bags, I want you to think about that greater range of motion, because I see it so often with people doing something like a squat and they're doing their squat like this, okay? They're only going a certain amount of the way and then they're wondering why their knees are hurting, and that's because all of the body weight is purely going in the top part of the knee, so you're only squatting up and down that little bit. So when you do any exercise that creates the effective same movement as you would do in daily life, like sitting down and standing up, then you need to consider that full range of motion to make it a functional functional exercise to move that muscle through a great range of motion, to squat all the way down and squat all the way back up. So you're using the whole of the muscle, your core strength, the quadricep, the hamstring, the calf. If you're doing shoulder presses, you're going from here all the way up, all the way down, and engaging that core, engaging that chest so that you're holding that and you're not throwing yourself backwards and forwards. If you were lifting a heavy box, you wouldn't want to lean back, try and push like that. You'd want to push straight up. And the only way you're going to have that strength is to do functional strength exercises. Make sure you do them regularly. I've just turned 40 myself, so I got to think about the long term. If you give yourself a nasty injury, that injury could not only be long term, but it could also be a recurring injury that gives you pain and discomfort for many, many years. So it's really, really important, guys, that you think about functional strength. Google functional strength and look more into it. I'll do some videos on functional strength exercises. But basically, a functional strength exercise would be something like a compound exercise, an exercise that uses multiple muscles, such as burpees, such as deadlifts, such as squats, such as lunges, such as a push-up. I know we hate all of those ones, guys, but those are beneficial. Think about it. If you were to hurt yourself at home and no one was at home, and you hurt, say, your ankle and you can't stand up and you need to call the emergency services, a push-up is going to be able to push you up off the floor. Your core, if you've done a lot of plank, you're going to be able to stabilize yourself to reach for a phone or an emergency bell or anything like that. So it's really, really important, guys, that you are doing those compound exercises to build that functional strength that's going to be used in daily life. Not just for aesthetics, but for actually being able to do those things you do in daily life for many, many years to come. Thanks for your time, everybody. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and of course, comment.